I was really happy with our team performance tonight, particularly on the defensive end of the floor. Um, I thought we talked at halftime that we had put together some pretty good halves this year on the defensive end, but we looked like a team that was locked in on that end of the floor for the entire game. Anytime you play those guys, they're usually really good at touching the paint off the bounce, and then really good at rebounding the ball. And I thought we had some team toughness that helped win us the game. We ended up winning points in the paint. The rebounding margin was neck and neck for most of the game. And then we took care of the ball. They came in as one of the top 15 teams in the country at fast break points, and we didn't have a bunch of turnovers. We ended up with just a few, and I think it was 10, if I'm not mistaken. Our 2 point guards had 8 assists, 1 turnover, and just a great team win. UAB came in here on a 5-game winning streak, had been playing well, and we knew that we had to play well in order to beat them, and I thought we did. Questions?
I feel like the whole entire time, the players just seem calm, cool, collected, as a whole entire front. Can you just speak to me about, the confidence that they continue to just grow and evolve in their play?
Yeah, I think they have confidence, not just in themselves, but each other. And, I think anytime your point guard play looks calm, cool, and collected, that's generally what's going to happen with the rest of the group that's out there. And I thought both he and Ja were terrific. To have 8 assists, 1 turnover, I thought clearly he shot the ball and made about 3 or 4 big shots there in the second half. But I thought a lot of that was because of what he was doing on the other end of the floor. And, when your team captains, your team point guards are look in control of the game, then usually you don't have other guys look too unsettled.
Third straight game, different starting lineup. They both got the same share of minutes. Talking about your guards,
Yeah.
I have to ask this. I hate asking this.
No, it's fine.
Is there a reason?
Yep.
What's the reason for that?
A lot of it's just our opponent. It's nothing these guys are doing or not doing. They're such a good group. I've been saying this all the way back to the summers. They're so unselfish. They like to play. They like to play with each other. So they give you the flexibility as a coach and a coaching staff to make some of those adjustments and not have to worry, man, if we hurt somebody's feelings. Is this young man going to pout for a couple of days because he doesn't hear his name to start the game? It's more about making sure that we've got a good rotation, a good pattern of substitution pattern based on what the other team likes to do on either side of the ball. So, for instance, against McNeese, we ended up playing both Sean and Ja together a lot, and sometimes it was all 3 of our point guards with JD out there as well. Tonight it was him coming off the bench, and his minutes were the same. His minutes, and you made that point too. They're just a group that they pull for one another and know that it's not personal, it's just personnel.
That 13-point lead gets cut down to 7 there. You call timeout. What'd you say to the team at that moment?
They'd gotten they got back in it on multiple possessions where they got like 2 or 3 offensive rebounds. And so that was what killed us. They ended up making a 3 in the corner that was right there at the buzzer, but that was about the 3rd or 4th shot on that trip, that end of the floor. And so we just talked about, hey, if we're going to win the game, we got to be better on the glass. And, we came out, got a big bucket, and, kind of hit another stride.
Tori, Coach was talking about the physicality. It was officiated that way. You guys seemed to make that adjustment in the second half. Talk about your play and adjusting to that physicality they let happen.
The coaches always talked about me being more active. So, coming off the tournament, they're talking just come in, being physical. UAB has always been a physical team, and to match the physicality and not let them punk us. So that's what we did.
You're 100% free throw shooting in the number 25. Do you plan to make the switch?
No, I like my number 10.
Well, I'll say this. You kind of talk about toughness, and this isn't an excuse or, trying to puff him up, but we got back from the Caymans, and Tori's coming off the tail end of the flu. And so I hadn't done anything out there for about 4 days. And so being able to, have a practice and go in there and get 19 and 8 against a team like that, it ain't easy. It takes a lot of guys. You've felt good for months and had all kinds of practice that can't do that. So to not be feeling great and go do that, I was impressed with his performance.
Sean, for you, what's it like being half of this kind of two-headed point guard duo between you and Ja, and being able to kind of just switch in and out and then coexist together at times as well?
It feels great because, that's my brother, and it's no drop-off. When he's in the game or if I'm in the game, it's still the same thing.
And Tori, for you, how's it like having two guys that are just that dominant at point?
Man, it's great. I love both I love both my point guards. They don't turn the ball over, make right plays, and they're great leaders.
And can you talk about what's really clicked for you? I mean, you went down to the Cayman, had that big game against Murray, and then you've really been able to kind of continue that momentum since.
I would say confidence, and the confidence my team has had in me. My coaches and teammates are just harping, just keep going. Don't let your foot off the gas. So that's what I've been doing.
Sean, in that second half run where you guys get back into the game, I mean, you take a lot of shots there yourself. What mentally, is that something you've been challenged with, or you just kind of take over the game in that moment?
No, I just really playing the right basketball, really. I got the open look, I'm going to take the open shot. If my teammate's open, I'm going to make sure he get the shot. So just, playing the right basketball.
Coach, big one this Sunday, Belmont. I mean, you're in the stretch of really good basketball teams. And this is kind of the time of year where you really test a team's mental toughness week over week. So how do you prepare for that one?
Yeah, just got to enjoy the wins, learn from the losses. Don't soak in them when the losses happen. Don't get too high when you have great wins. We came in to tonight, and I'm sure it's somewhere around the same, but at least according to KenPom, we're the 17th hardest non-conference schedule in the country. And we've already played 3 quad 1 games. And so we're playing good teams, and that's not going to change. Belmont's good. I think their net was 35 as of this morning. They're averaging 86 points a game. Well, Kennesaw's up there too and averaging 96 points a game, and that's their next game after that. So good teams. Casey's got his team playing well. They had a great win the other night at College of Charleston. I know they play Richmond in a couple of days, but that's what these guys want to do. Play against other really good teams, have to go out there and play at your best. It makes you play well. All these guys, and I'm sure that a lot of the guys at UAB and McNeese and George Washington, they want to get to a higher level. I mean, they want to play in the pros. Well, when you get to that level, there aren't off nights, so might as well learn when you're 20 or 27 how to bring it every night. But yeah, you're right. I know your point is there's every one of them are challenging, and you got to keep getting better.